Okay, class, now we get to look at a model of the solar system. You know, it is really too bad that everyone else in the class was sick and they couldn't be here today. But you know what? It's a good thing you're here. So we have all the planets in the solar system: Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. Hey Jeffrey, what's your favorite planet?
Well, my favorite planet is Pluto.
Pluto's not a planet.
What?
You know what? This brings up an interesting story. There was a time where I was one of the people who helped decide that Pluto was not a planet.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen of the audience, to our forum, where we will let two distinguished scientists argue about whether or not to reclassify the definition of a planet. And our first scientist graduated from Le Cordon Bleu with summa cum laude, Dr. Pepper.
Thank you.
And our other scientist graduated summa cum laude from DeVry University, Dr. Salt. All right, gentlemen, let's just get right into it. We'll start with you, Dr. Pepper. Tell us why you think we should keep Pluto as an official planet in our solar system.
Thank you. I just want to thank everyone for being here. Thank you for having us. My first thing that I gotta say is I'm not one much into changing history at all, so therefore Pluto has always been a planet, Dr. Salt, so why would we want to change it now?
Well, funny you should ask. We have found a body in the solar system, Eris, that is actually more massive than Pluto. So what is it? Because we don't call it a planet, but yeah, it's bigger than Pluto. So what do you have to say about that?
Well, I'm glad you brought that up because Pluto is round, it orbits the sun, so why is it not considered a planet?
Because of Eris. Listen, Pluto doesn't even have a normal orbit. Its orbit doesn't even follow the same plane as the other planets. So how can Pluto be a planet?
Dr. Salt, can you think about the kids? The scientific textbooks that are gonna have to be changed? All the kids that are gonna be hurt because their favorite planet was Pluto? Do we not care about the kids anymore?
We cannot think about this. We are scientists. We have to find an exact, specific definition for what constitutes a planet. Anything else will just be tomfoolery. We must do this.
Dr. Salt, think about Blue's Clues. We all watched it growing up. In the song, Pluto is mentioned. Are now what Blue's Clues has been lying to us the whole time?
Cheap shot, Dr. Pepper, cheap shot. But you know what? I think we have to be bigger than Blue's Clues. Bigger than Steve. Steve didn't die for this.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am Ron Eckers, the president of the International Astronomical Union. The reason we are here today is we need to come to a final consensus on whether or not to reclassify the definition of a planet, and in doing so, effectively remove Pluto from our solar system as an official planet. We're going to put it to a vote. All those in favor of reclassifying the definition of a planet and effectively removing Pluto from our solar system, say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed?
Aye.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, looks like we have come to a consensus. Pluto, you're out of here.
And that's how Pluto became not a planet.
But Mr. Salt, Pluto was my favorite planet. What am I supposed to do now?
Maybe you can write some letters to some scientists to plead your case.
Good evening. My name is Chet Ubetcha, and today we have some urgent breaking news here on ABC. Tonight, the scientists over at the International Astronomical Union have come to the conclusion that Pluto is officially not a planet anymore. This is very serious news coming out of the scientific community, and please, people, do not be alarmed. We will still be okay. Officially, starting now, textbooks will have to be changed. Everything will have to be changed. This is a big time news in science today. Let's go back to you guys.
Scientist. What do you call Pluto if it's not a planet anymore? If you make it a planet again, all the science books will be right. Do people live on Pluto? If there are people who live there, they won't exist. Why can't Pluto be a planet? If it's small, that doesn't mean that it doesn't have to be a planet anymore. Some people like Pluto. If it doesn't exist, then they don't have a favorite planet. Please write back, but not in cursive, because I can't read in cursive. Your friend, Josiah.
Mr. Tyson,
My name is John. I am 6 years old, and my favorite planet is Pluto. I disagree with you that Pluto is a Kuiper Belt object. I just took a poll of 11 people, and the question was, what do you think Pluto is? A planet, a double planet, or a Kuiper Belt object? I think it's a double planet, and everyone else said they disagreed and thought it was a normal planet. I recently went to the History Museum at the Hayden Planetarium. I wanted to see you so I can tell you this in person. I love Pluto. Love, John.
Dear Neil deGrasse Tyson, I think Pluto is a planet. Why do you no longer think Pluto is a planet? I do not like your answer. Pluto is my favorite planet. You're going to have to take all the books away and change them. Pluto is a planet. Your friend, Emerson.
And there you have it. Now, we have a new definition of what a planet is. There are 3 requirements that have to be met for it to be a planet. 1, it has to orbit the sun and nothing else. 2, it has to have enough mass where it will condense into a spherical object. And 3, it has to be mass enough to clear its orbit and all the neighboring objects around its orbit. That makes Pluto not a planet and what we call a dwarf planet. However, there are still some people who think Pluto is a planet, and so the debate will always rage on.